Top 5 Places to Visit in Venice, Italy. Venice, Italy is more than just a romantic getaway. This small yet highly acclaimed city is brimming with culture and history. It's no wonder that this coastal city has become so popular among travelers today. Combine its convenient location, legendary beauty, and rich history, and you have the perfect formula for an unforgettable vacation. This enchanting city offers a wide array of sights and activities to suit every traveler's tastes. Whether you're in town for business or leisure, there are many top attractions in Venice that everyone should see at least once in their lifetime. Here are the top 5 places to visit in Venice. St. Mark's Square. St. Mark's Square, Piazza San Marco, is Venice on parade, where everyone comes to see and be seen. It is Venice's only square with the title of Piazza, the rest are called Campo. Life has revolved around this piazza since the days of the Republic, when it was a market, as well as the center of civic and religious life. Considered one of the finest squares in the world and certainly Venice's prime attraction, it is surrounded on 3 sides by the stately arcades of public buildings and on the 4th, by Basilica di San Marco's riot of domes and arches and the soaring St. Mark's Campanile. The lines waiting to enter the basilica, which is by far the most popular attraction in Venice, may seem intimidating, but you can skip these by joining a tour. No obstruction mars the vast stone-paved expanse of St. Mark's Square, where the only traffic is Venetians, tourists, and the ever-present pigeons. Make the most of your visit and find the best things to do with this list of the top attractions and tours in St. Mark's Square. Doge's Palace. A masterpiece of Gothic architecture, the Doge's Palace is an impressive structure composed of layers of building elements and ornamentation, from its 14th and 15th century original foundations to the significant Renaissance and opulent Mannerist adjunctions. The structure is made up of 3 large blocks, incorporating previous constructions. The wing towards the St. Mark's Basin is the oldest, rebuilt from 1340 onwards. The wing towards St. Mark's Square was built in its present form from 1424 onwards. The canal side wing, housing the Doge's apartments and many government offices, dates from the Renaissance and was built between 1483 and 1565. The origins. The first Doges, the first stable settlements in the lagoon, probably came just after the fall of the Western Roman Empire, 476. Gradually, these became more established and are considered as outposts of the Byzantine Empire. At the beginning of the 9th century, Venice enjoyed a reasonable level of independence. In 810, Doge Angelo Partecipazio moved the seat of government from the island of Malamocco to the area of Rivalto, the present-day Rialto, when it was decided the Palazzo Ducale should be built. However, no trace remains of that 9th century building. Galleria dell'Accademia. The Galleria dell'Accademia di Firenze, or Gallery of the Academy of Florence, is an art museum in Florence, Italy. It is best known as the home of Michelangelo's sculpture David. It also has other sculptures by Michelangelo and a large collection of paintings by Florentine artists, mostly from the period 1300 to 1600, the Trecento to the late Renaissance. It is smaller and more specialized than the Uffizi, the main art museum in Florence. It adjoins the Accademia di Belle Arti or Academy of Fine Arts of Florence, but despite the name has no other connection with it. In 2016, it had 1.46 million visitors, making it the second most visited art museum in Italy, after the Uffizi. Giardini Pubblici, public gardens. The public gardens of Venice are located in Castello, on the extreme southeast side of the district. Across the canal there is also the so-called Parco del Rimembranze, together forming the 78th largest green lung of Venice. Other notable attractions nearby are the Arsenale and the Naval History Museum. Giardini Pubblici, as they are called in Italian, were laid out by order of Napoleon, and somewhere in the 19th century they were landscaped in the spirit of the elegance typical of the English-style gardens. Thus, at present, the public gardens of Venice are a pleasant refuge for people who want to relax away from the hustle of the city. The venue is crisscrossed by numerous alleys and fitted with plenty of leisure facilities, kids' playgrounds included. The greenery is not necessarily so spectacular, but the trees are tall and cast a wholesome and cooling shade over the alleys and benches. A particular eye-catching landmark of the public gardens refers to the statue of Garibaldi, located at one end of the park. Also worth noting is the fact the public gardens are home to plenty of events and festivals organized throughout the year in Venice, such as the Venice Biennale of Architecture, which is a section, so to speak, of the Venice Biennale. Museo Corriere. The Museo Corriere is a museum in Venice, northern Italy. Located in St. Mark's Square, Venice, it is one of the 11 civic museums run by the Fondazione Musei Civici di Venezia. The museum extends along the south side of the square on the upper floors of the Procuratore Nuove. With its rich and varied collections, the Museo Corriere covers both the art and history of Venice. The Museo Corriere originated with the collection bequeathed to the city of Venice in 1830 by Teodoro Corriere. A member of a traditional Venetian family, Corriere was a meticulous and passionate collector, dedicating most of his life to the collection of both works of art and documents or individual objects that reflected the history of Venice. Upon his death, all this material was donated to the city, together with the family's Grand Canal Palace which then housed it. The nobleman also left the city funds to be used in conserving and extending the collections and in making them available to the public.